Hey, social media. It's been a while. I haven't talked about pit bulls or any other breeds. Just a little something. I was watching a video and stuff like that. They're talking about cold curs and late starters. Just a little input. I just want to put in there. Through history, the American pit bull. There's been cold. There's been cur, but late starters. Some cold dogs and some curs and some late starters was bred to produce some great championships and some great dogs. Doesn't mean all of them are, but you have to know what's behind the dog. You gotta know the dog that made that dog, that made that dog. Besides the pedigree and stuff like that, sometimes you gotta trust the breeder and understand what they're talking about. But if you got your hands on the dogs and these are your personal stock, and you find there's a cold dog there, or there's a cur there, probably did good in the schooling, 4 or 5 times, did real good. Then when it came to the contest, he couldn't do nothing really. Well, basically he probably did something. Because to me, it's like, if he jumps the wall before even the contest starts, then But if he's in the contest doing what he needs to do and working, probably like 2 hours mark or hour mark, he just doesn't want to go out. It's okay. It's understandable. Doesn't mean that he's bad. It means that the other one took the better of him. And what happens, he can have a good bloodline behind him. He could have a good blood of champions, and he could be the only one. Why not breed him? I'll breed him. Breed him to one that I know that's dead game. Also with late starters. Late starters. Some dogs, you gotta wait till they mature. Some dudes want to start them when they 16 months. Give a dog, learn the anatomy, learn the genetics, learn the timing of the dogs. Even I don't care if I have a dog that just already starts at 16 months. I'm not gonna do that. I might start schooling him early, teaching him things, but you gotta let it grow up. You gotta let it grow up. You gotta let it mature. It's like, you can't put a 14-year-old kid with a 21-year-old kid, when the 21-year-old kid had more experience than the 14-year-old kid. In other words, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at the dog years, 1 year, 7 years, 2 years, 14, 3 years, 21, look at that, you know? There have been numerous of history of accountings of dogs that started when they were 3.5, 4. Some dogs became champion at the age, grand champion at the age of 7, 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? And some dogs went out, going all out for 2 hours, and they didn't want to come out. And that's understandable. It doesn't mean it's a bad dog. A lot of cold dogs was bred. A lot of, you got 3 times, 1-time losers was bred. Don't mean nothing. It's what's behind the blood, It's like any given fighter. Give a fighter a chance, and saying he might be winning 20 fights in a row. That 21st fight might be he just might be like, damn, it's taking a toll. I need a longer rest. He just might not come out. Might throw the towel in. It doesn't make him a bad person. It doesn't make him a bad athlete. No. Every given day, there's someone willing. There's someone able to outdo you. Like, you might lift 315 today, tomorrow, or the next week when you're gonna go to do 315, you might only pick up 285. Doesn't mean that you're weak. It just means that, you know what, you need a little more rest, a little more training before going up again on that. So that's just my input on cold and late starters and the game dog. And I might not have all the information. I could be wrong. You could put comments on it. I don't care if it's good or bad or whatever. I'm not an expert, but as far as I know, dealing with a dog since the 80s, it's, there's been variations of different dogs, different bloods is popping and all that stuff. It's all about what you're looking for. So I hope this was a little bit informative for those. But just, like they told us in school, they told us to read about a chapter about history, and we just only read it, but we didn't go in deep and weave into it and find out a little bit more about it. And just stay up, man, and keep the dogs hydrated, food. Make sure you make your dogs friendly with children. I have no incidents that's been happening lately. And don't give this dog a bad name. It was a great dog. Read the history and learn out why it was bred and for what it was bred besides the box. Love you guys. Peace.